We've got one nuclear power plant currently under construction in the U.S. It's either in Georgia or Alabama. It's been under construction for 15 years, and like every year it gets 5 years back in the hole. It's not happening. And so right now, I've heard this number several times that China is putting a coal-fired power plant online every week.
Wow.
They're building their capacity even way beyond what they even need. But to put the scale that it takes to put a coal-fired plant on, just period, to be putting one out every week, that's getting some shit done. And I'm sure we got the ability to do that, but that ain't gonna happen. They're trying to do away with all the coal facilities.
So they're being proactive with their grid.
They are, and they're actually putting out solar. So they led the world in solar output last year too. So they're going every direction. People are just talk about like, well, China's this terrible polluter or whatever, but they're building their capacity out in every direction, and they are using their natural resources to help them build more power capacity. So they have some resources like Niagara Falls. They've got the Yellow River or whatever, but there's some areas to where they have the ability to build hydroelectric dams. But that's really not where their population centers are. So they are building massive 1 million volt DC lines to track this power from wherever the resource is, whether it's coal or hydroelectric, whatever, over to where their population center is, where they need it. And they are, in the last few years, undertaking a major upgrade into their infrastructure, their actual generation capacity, big time. And we're just not.
Well, let's move into the future. So you brought up some excellent points that I had never thought of about when I was talking about all these new communities and subdivisions being put in all over Tennessee. We're getting flooded. Mm-hmm. And what do you think the future of the grid is? You were talking about business opportunities and...
Well, so currently the utilities, even out loud, are already admitting that they know they cannot keep up with the demand. They know they can't do it, and that's without putting into the equation throwing these electric cars onto the grid, which you don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but like, where do they think that power is going to come from? Currently our grid is like 6, I've heard as high as 15, but 6 to 15% renewable, solar, wind. Everything else is coal. You can have a green car or whatever, but you're getting coal power, right? So without that, they know that they are running into a place to where they cannot keep up with demand. So their plan is to reduce the load. So instead of increasing capacity,